Hello. Yeah, so I'm back. It's time to do some more work. You're watching the CNC Garage live stream on, as you might saw on the intro, it's on a lot of different streaming platforms. It's on YouTube, it's on Mixer, it's on Twitch, and it's on Facebook. So just join in wherever you want to watch them. It's also possible to watch everything all again on YouTube and on Facebook usually. Sometimes on Twitch as well. Twitch only saves the live streams for 30 days, I think, but YouTube and Facebook is storing it forever, so you are able to watch it whenever you like. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to continue on a big CNC project. I'm going to mill out some more plywood with my CNC machine. The CNC machine is locked and loaded in the garage. It's over there. So it's I just need to attach that sheet of plywood that's on the machine right now, turn on the lights, and yeah, getting the machine ready for some live streaming. But first I need to fix some more CAD and CAM related stuff. I do all my drawings for technical drawings inside a program from Autodesk called Fusion 360. It's free for makers, and it's, yeah, I think it's a really good match for the guys and girls out there that want to make stuff with 3D printers or CNC machines or whatever, laser cutters maybe. Or so yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into Fusion 360. There's my camera. So I'm in the middle of a big project for a customer, and there's a lot of work to do, so I'm just gonna jump in. Feel free to say hello in the chat if you're around, hanging around. Just need to open my chat. Apparently it wasn't open. So this was the last sheet of plywood I milled out the other day. I need to make some more stuff. Looks like it's the 100mm that's going to be made today. So So what I usually do when I make stuff with my CNC machine, I usually draw the objects first, and then I make something called cam profiles or tool paths, and then I create G-code from that, and then I run it on the CNC machine. But sometimes you really want to use up all this empty space you have on the sheet of material, and there's a lot of that on this. There's a lot of waste material going on over here. So I was thinking about maybe doing some extra stuff. Let's see how this works. Oh, it's unfortunately too big. It's too bad. I was hoping on getting one 60 centimeter diameter on this, but it looks like 40 should do. I really need some more tools for my CNC. I was thinking on building a little larger clamp for the CNC machine. I was thinking on maybe I'll just draw that fast and see how it works. So I was thinking of 20 centimeter long and 10 centimeter wide, I guess. Oh, that's too big. I really like these helplines. If you push L for line and then hold your mouse in the center, it tells you where the center of the object is. But that's definitely not center. So what went wrong? That's center, alright. I'm using construction lines for these types of drawings. Construction lines for these types of drawing. And I know that I want to have a hole that fits the dimension of an 8mm or M8 bolt. But I really want to know how wide a M8 is. Unfortunately, I don't have one here at the moment, so Google will have to tell me, I guess. Hang on. I'm on M8 metric. So an M8 ISO 13mm, is that correct? Sounds about right. Should really have one here, but I don't, I think. So I think this is an M8. Let's check this. Not even 1 centimeters. I really like to have some dividers. So let's put those every. So what's 18 centimeters? Divide on 5. Centimeters divide on 5. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do 1 centimeters. I'm really struggling to decide how wide this clamp is supposed to be. It's going to be strong, but it's not supposed to be too wide, but it has to have some strength. If it doesn't have strength, it's no point. So let's just see how this turns out. Something wrong with that line. Oh, I can see it now. There we go. I have made some of these clamps before, but I made them actually a little smaller, not that wide, but I really like having them wider now because I'm not going to use that thick material on them. I used 20mm plywood the last time, and this time I'm only using 12, so I'm going to try to save some of the strength in the making it wider, I guess. Oh, that was no good. I was supposed to keep those. So what I'm doing now, I'm just making fillets for the sharp corners. They're not going to be that sharp anyway because they will hold a M8 bolt, so, and that is round, so it's no point of them being not curved. And also the bit that's going to mill this out is also curved, so it's, yeah. I guess that looks alright. So this is just a clamp to hold down a piece of material anyway. And I'm making it wide because the plywood is not more than 12mm, so I need the strength to be in the width and not the height. So I guess that's good enough. Let's see how that turns out. Just going to save this quickly. just going to make a component out of this, and I'm going to call that component for clamp 12mm, and then I'm hopefully will be able to import it into this other project I'm working on right now. So what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to use up the empty space on the plywood because it's not possible to use this space for anything else related to the project. So I'm just, instead of just throwing this plywood away, I want to use it for something. And it's always nice to have a clamp for mounting stuff on the CNC machine. You can never have enough of those. So this material was probably just going to be thrown away anyway, so it's nice to just use up the empty space, I guess. It's just a matter of almost like making gingerbread. It's you just distance out all of the empty space with the some components, I guess. We don't want to cut it too close to the material that actually does matter, the customer project. So that goes first in every scenario. But it's really nice not to just throw this away. So if you need a clamp for your CNC machine, just let me know. You can have one of these. Entirely free. Just come and get it. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. Yeah, that's enough. So now we need to do the cam profiling for this, the cam profiles, the toolpath that tells the CNC machine. Oh. Yeah, it tells the CNC machine where to go, so let's create a entirely new toolpath for this. Duplicate. Let's call this C100. Right, it's only 2. And how many clamps is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 actually. Hi Reese, I didn't see you there. Sorry. Oh, my OBS fucked up there for a little bit. Yeah, so if you just joined, I'm still working on some CNC projects, of course. I'm trying to use up all the empty space on the CNC machine table, yeah, the plywood surface for some other stuff. So I'm making some 12mm clamps for holding the stuff down on the CNC machine. That's always nice to have. There's really not much room for anything else on that sheet of plywood because of the 100cm wide circles. So yeah, that's good enough. Jesus, 10 degrees minus in Warsaw today? That's cold. In Norway it's actually pretty warm today. It's closer to, I don't know, I think it's almost 6 degrees outside. It's plus, yeah, it's very nice. Unfortunately it's raining. It's been raining crazy for a couple of days. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just selecting all the pocket routines. I need to clean out these holes for the heads on the bolts. Think of them as countersunk holes for the bolts. The bolts are not countersunk in a angled way, they're just straight. So what are you doing down in Warsaw, Reese? Have some more exams, or how did your G-code experience go? Did you manage to write G-code manually and run it on a machine, or you write code for some heavier machines, right? Some Fanuc or some other stuff? South in Poland it was 21 degree minus. Jesus, that's cold. Brr. I guess that's what's going to happen here in Norway in 2 weeks, or 1 week maybe. Oh, you passed all the exercises on the laboratory. Did you manage to find any maker spaces you could join in the Warsaw? There really should be some. There's always some Heidenhain programming. What's that? Heidenhain. Did I manage to select all of the blue dots there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, looks like it. It's really dangerous to forget some of them. You're doing it on a simulator, and that's boring. How do you write Warsaw? Warsaw. Let's see. Maker community without an actual space. What's that all about?
Guys, it's Rose, the Renegade Maker. So a few weeks ago I went to Warsaw, Poland for various reasons, and obviously I wanted to check out the makerspace there, and I found them online. But what I discovered is that they have no actual space because the rent is really high and it's really hard to figure out the system to get money from the local government and sponsors. So this video is a little bit about that and meeting with a guy named Andrzej who is trying to make the space happen. In the meantime, they're doing events and they have a cool community, but it's a common problem is finding your space and getting all the paperwork for it and things like that. So enjoy.
How to run it. Hope it's gonna be good. It was a tough time for us. Last year was really tough, you know, and learning about this and realizing that it's not so easy, and it's gonna take time before we can even start. There was something that probably.
Oh, this is hugely sad. I was really hoping you could find a makerspace in Warsaw, but apparently there's trouble. But if you ever come to Oslo, do check out the Bitrough makerspace.
This video is supported by Brilliant.
No. Come on then. Hopefully they will have a... They don't have any. They're carrying the laser cutter up the stairs. They have a really nice facility in really downtown Oslo. I think they have the entire building now, and they have a lot of, you can see all of the sheets of plywood, and they have CNC machines, and they have laser cutters, 3D printers and everything. Yeah. Anyway. So let's see how this turns out.
It's all so beautiful by night. It's all so magical. There's no other light. It never has to stop. Shines so bright. Everything's alright.
Oh, that was some time ago since I made that song. I think it must have been like 15 years ago. Jesus, time flies. So I'm just going to make a post processor for this, and I'm going to call it. I have names for these products now. I have called these products for C for circle, and then the diameter of the circle in centimeters. So a 100 centimeter circle is C100, and then it's B for base and R for frame, and then it's the type of material, because this is going to be made in 4 different types of material. And the plywood is called X for kryssfiner, it's in Norwegian, and then the thickness of the plywood. So the name of this product will be C100B for base, and I always write down in the post processor what is included in this post processor. So it's 2 of those, and it's also 2 of the C40B base, and there's also 23 clamps 23. We're using a 4mm straight end mill, and that looks like this. I just got some more from China. I was really anxious about this because I really needed another supply, another batch of end mills for the CNC machine, and they didn't. Oh, I cut myself. They're very sharp. So this is a straight end mill, 4mm thickness, and it's a 2 flute. So you can see there it has 2 flutes. It's just like the CNC Garage logo, actually. If I just go like that, you can see that's actually how a 2 flute looks like when it's looked like from the center, and that's actually the CNC Garage logo. I just redrew it in vector. It's easy to find something later if it's called properly. Yeah, definitely. Naming your files is very, very important, and I'm doing it like this. I'm telling what's inside the post processor file, the G-code file, and I also tell what type of tool I use. If there's a tool change, I write both. I type what type of material is being used and how the material is being placed on the CNC machine. I'm actually bleeding quite heavily now. I just need some tape. Electrical tape fix everything. So, just going to patch myself up. Sorry. That happens from time to time. My hands looks like they're been through a shredder, because when you work with especially wood or aluminium, it's very sharp in the edges, and when you're kind of handling all the plywood, it's and you don't use gloves, they kind of messes up your hands all the time. But I really don't care. Everything grows super fast. So, but yeah, I also write a text file for if there is something special going on with the post processor, or if there's something special I need to think of while I run this project on the CNC machine. I write a text file next to the G-code file, and then I'm easily able to just read like this. this is if I run, this is one special file. If I run this, it will take me 1 hour and 12 minutes. It uses that type of end mill. Offset on the CNC machine should be set 6 centimeters from X and Y 0, the machine 0. And remember to turn on the vacuum table. There are no tabs. Don't use a vacuum cleaner. It will remove the dust between every ring and make it unstable. And that's kind of important information. But when you run it the first time, you kind of remember it. And then if you open up that file after a month, trust me, you don't. You will not remember that anymore. And then something will break or come loose or whatever. Yeah. So that's how I work, hopefully. I still mess up though, but kind of eliminates some of the screwing up things. So I really need to go out in the garage now and get everything ready. It will probably take like 5 minutes. I will be back. Meanwhile, you can check out this. You can check out the intro I made. I'm just curious. I bought something called a stream deck. It's something for that you run on the computer. It's like this. It has like 16 icons, something like that, and everything is programmable. And it's like a small LCD screens. And if I want to run, for example, a macro running a lot of different scenes in the OBS and everything, I can just hit one button and it does everything for me. And I made one, it's 1 minute long, and it starts a song, then it goes through a cycle of different scenes with texts, and it uses live browser elements. It actually goes online inside every scene, like this. I can show you. It's like, you go like that, and then it actually opens up the web page right now. And that's a part of the intro. Oh, I didn't think of the commercials though. That sucks. Interesting. Yeah, but anyway, so you are able to switch scenes just using the shortcuts here. So it's like, if I want to go to the 3D printer, I just push the 3D printer. Let's start over there now. I have a button for garage. Click. I also have mute and unmute buttons for the microphone. That's like that. And I also can start music using the shortcuts here. So I can go, yeah, and I can have a startup screen and all that. It's really nice. It really helps not sitting there just clicking OBS like crazy, because OBS looks like this, and then you have to go and click all of the different scenes manually, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, come on, throw your questions at me. What do you want to know? So, oh, sorry. And I have made a macro. It's like an intro. Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure. I'll just run the macro now. There will be 1 minute of intro stuff. Oh, and it got finished before I we're here again. So it's pretty cool. Being able to program macros like that kind of gets, you can make interesting stuff without actually hitting anything more than a single button. So ask me that 3D printer question. I need to get my working clothes on anyway, so I'm up for it. Just trying to. So this is how 10 pieces of 4mm end mills looks like when they come from China. And I actually got a batch of 6mm as well. These are more interesting actually. These are 3 flutes. I'm not sure if you know what a flute is, but this is 3 of them. Sorry about the unfocus there. So this is made for aluminium. It is 6mm and it's upcut, so they throws the debris upwards. It pulls it up, and it has 3 flutes, so it makes small, nice chips. So is it possible to print a object with a threaded hole on a 3D printer? Yes, it is, and I have done it several times. The best way of doing it is actually, you know, I actually do think I have an example here. I just need to get a box. Let's see. This is a box full of 3D printed stuff. And I do have some examples. Yeah, this is a perfect example. This was a prototype for a linear slide, like linear rails. So this is printed in 3D. This is drawn in SketchUp, and it's printed in ABS plastic on a MakerBot Thingomatic, the old one. And it turned out pretty good. It's supposed to be a square pipe rail going through here, and it works really nice, and it's just ball bearings. And the interesting thing is, I think this is yeah, I think it's 8mm bolts, and they're just screwed directly through the plastic. You don't have to draw the threads because plastic kind of bends. So if you want to make a hole for a M3 to M6, sure, okay, let's call it, this is M8 probably or something, but still, you don't have to actually draw the threads because plastic, extruded plastic, already has layers above layers of plastic on it. So the only thing you need to do is make the hole smaller than it's supposed to be, and then you push your bolt through it, and then it will actually make the threads while you're pushing it through. So, and there, so you need only hole, yeah. That's exactly what I did with the things on the CNC machine right now. They're actually supposed to be threaded, but they are made of wood, so I don't need to thread wood because you can just make it 0.8 millimeters smaller, and then it will look like this. So this is a 5 millimeter metric bolt, and that's just screwing directly through the wood, and the hole in the wood is 4 millimeters. So, and the screw is 5 millimeters. So then this will actually thread the component while you screw it through. And it's the same for plastic, because plastic is weak. It will not work on harder material like steel or maybe possibly aluminium, but it will work quite good on wood or plastic. So the only thing you need to take into account when you do this is, if you go metric, I actually did that earlier today. I went on Google and I searched metric whatever. Let's see, M3 then. I'll switch to the picture-in-picture. Isometric screw, blah blah blah. There was a really nice page here somewhere. There's tons of these, but the point is, I don't use Google anymore. Normally I use duckduckgo.com. It doesn't track anything. So if you're bored of being tracked by Google, just switch to duckduckgo and you're good to go. It's much better. I think it's this one. This is really nice. So what you need to do here is you have to go, I'll just zoom this in case you have a small screen. So let's see. There are two types of threading. You have something called coarse, then it's really not a fine threaded way of doing it. The fine is down here. But let's look at the coarse. It's probably good enough for plastic or wood when you do it like we're supposed to do it. So let's see. I have a M5 bolt. Where's that? M5. There it is. 0.8. Well, that's the spacing between the threads. And then it says you have to tap this with a drill bit of 4.2 millimeters, and then you can make a coarse thread inside it. Or you can just drill a hole into a piece of wood that's around 4 millimeters or 4.2. I actually use 4 and it works perfectly. And then when you pull the M5 nut, the bolt through this, it will be threaded perfectly for a M5. And it's just the same in plastic. So that's it. That's all it. Just do it. That's it looks like this when it's finished. Works like you're not able to pull this out. Trust me. The 3D plastic will come apart long before you. Yeah. So I forgot to check the chat now. Sorry. My chat went away somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there. And this connection is strong enough? Yes, it's strong enough. Trust me. It really depends more on the material you're actually bolting it on. If it's wood or plastic, you might be running M5 or M6 maybe, just to make sure the bolt is stuck in there. Is it something similar to self-tapping in a metal sheet? Yeah, it's very similar. Post this page, please. Oh, yeah, I think I just closed it. So it's this one. I'll just post it in the chat. Hopefully it will. I have turned off the blocking of URLs in the chat, so you should be able to post URLs there now. And I just spelled Christmas soda on my computer mouse. But yeah, you can, if you don't remember that page for later, you can just search for isometric thread sizes. I guess it's, yeah, almost like the subject here. Metric thread drill and tap chart. These are industrial standards, but ballpark is like 0.8 millimeter bigger hole, smaller hole than you would have drilled if the bolts was supposed to go directly through. Soon I will start doing a project for university. It will be helpful. Cool. I would really like to help if I can. Just use the Discord and Discord channel. Tell me about the project there, and maybe I can help. That will be cool. But now I have to go out in the garage, and it's probably cold there. Brr. It's probably closer to 6 degrees, so I have to get some more clothes. I will be offline for the chat for a little while, and I will be back when I go inside the house again after I have started the machine. Yeah, I'm just heading out in the garage now. I'll just throw on some music or something. All of the music I play on this channel is made by me, by the way. For better or worse. Usually worse. So I made this the other day. It's kind of I made several versions of a kind of a Twitch soundtrack. I really want to have like a sound on the channel. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, maybe it's too deep. I don't know. Just check it out. Oh, this is the I think this is the wrong version though. So it's slowly getting there. So the CNC machine is working hard on this actually, and yeah, let's just see how it turns out. Everything looks good so far. The clamps take some time, but I need more clamps, so it's good. So things is getting done out in the garage. It's currently milling out a 100 centimeter circle. That one. Hopefully the vacuum will hold all the pieces in place. I had some problems with the vacuum table. When I tested it 10 minutes ago, it really wouldn't hold down the sheet of plywood, so I don't have that much high hopes for holding all the small pieces of small clamps down. I will probably turn off the vacuum cleaner while I mill out those small clamps, because they're very small and they might actually be able to get sucked up into the vacuum hose. that have happened before. So Reese is writing, "This is weird, but your channel is the only one where I am using and typing on the chat." That's cool. Other streams I'm only watching, yeah. But I appreciate you watching, and I really appreciate you writing on the chat as well. So it's awesome. Yeah, there's not that many people there here. I hope I didn't screw up that. Let's double check this. No, it's okay. I was a little bit afraid of that little piece there, but it's okay. So these circles these are the biggest ones. These are huge. 1 meter diameter circles in wood. I really look forward to how they will turn out when they will get filled with moss and grass and whatever inside. I think they will look awesome. You're making stuff that I'm interested in, so I like watching you. I can learn new things. Yeah, that's cool. That's what this channel is all about. Making stuff and learning new stuff. Oh, I stopped the bleeding. I like CAD constructing, CAM, milling, and also want to learn electronics. But it's hard for me. Yeah. Electronics is hard at first. If you really want to start learning electronics, there's a guy on YouTube. There's a lot of guys on YouTube, but there's especially one. If you can only get by his enthusiasm. I think it's called EET blog or something. Blog. It's very enthusiastic. EV blog, is it? So this one. If you want to learn electronics, watch some of his videos. This guy is freaking brilliant. I'm not sure he might be able to learn you all the basics, but I really think he might be able to help you with the more advanced stuff. So it's doing the 40 centimeter circles now. And then it will continue on doing all the small clamps. Then I will need to manually turn off the vacuum cleaner because I'm afraid it will actually suck down the clamps into the hose because they're so small. It actually looks like it's doing okay without turning off the vacuum cleaner. It would have gone to shit by now if it didn't, so I'm just gonna keep it on. It helps a lot with the cleanup if I don't turn it off. So if you want to control a stepper motor with a something, I really recommend starting off with an Arduino and a stepper motor controller or just a motor driver. You can use a L298, just standard 1.5 ampere motor driver with 2 channels and run a bipolar stepper motor from that, but it's much easier just to buy a stepper motor driver from eBay or something. Ooh. Looks like I'm going to hit the clamp on the right side when the machine goes down one to the next clamp. There's an orange clamp on the right side, and I'm really cutting it close to hitting that. I think I will risk it because it's. I'm just listening after that not happy noise. Yeah, it's hitting it. But it's the clamp is made of wood and it's not that tight, so it will just be milled off. Hopefully. It's the last pass now, so it went alright. So you will build a Cartesian manipulator in CAD. It's really easy to start doing stepper motor projects if you have an Arduino, a stepper motor controller, a stepper motor, and a decent power supply. Linear modules and stepper motors. Alright. Will you use belt, drive belts, or will you use Acme screws to actually move the linear movement up and down? Yeah, show me the progress on Discord. Maybe I can help you as well. I see a bug in the code now. I actually forgot to mill out the 2 last pockets in those clamps that are being milled out right now. There's supposed to be 3 holes and there are only 2. So apparently I forgot to pick to actually mill out the last 2 holes. Yeah. You can see it in the cam profile now. It's missing these 2 holes. Well, that's alright. So I will go out in the garage now, and because the machine is ready and it's like 5 minutes, so I will be offline from the chat for probably at least 10 or 20 minutes, and then I will be back. Alright?